Imagine this, a vast, sun-baked desert in Oregon, the kind of place where the wind whispers secrets through the sagebrush, and suddenly, cutting through the silence like a thunderclap, comes a parade of gleaming silver phantoms, 93 of them to be exact, Rolls Royces, each one more opulent than the last, rolling in a slow, hypnotic procession. At the center, draped in robes that shimmer like moonlight on water, sits a man with a beard that flows like a river of wisdom, his eyes hidden behind dark sunglasses, a faint smile playing on his lips. He's not just writing, he's defying the world. This is Osho, the mystic who turned spirituality into a spectacle, the philosopher who collected luxury cars like others collect prayers. But why? Why did this enlightened soul, who preached detachment, surround himself with symbols of ultimate material excess? And why did 21 nations slam their doors in his face, treating him like a walking revolution? Buckle up, my friend, because this isn't just a story, it's a journey into the heart of human contradiction, where enlightenment meets outrage, and one man's vision sparked fear in the halls of power. Let's rewind the tape, shall we? Back to a sleepy village in central India, Kuchwada, on December 11, 1931. That's when Chandra Mohan Jain entered the world, the eldest of 11 siblings in a modest Jain family. Picture a boy with wide, curious eyes, running barefoot through dusty streets, questioning everything. Why do we pray like this? What if God's not listening? He'd ask his grandparents, who raised him for the first 7 years while his parents hustled in the cloth trade. Young Chandra wasn't your average kid. He was a rebel from the cradle. By age 7, after his grandfather's death, a moment that shattered him, he dove headfirst into the mysteries of life and death. He experimented with danger, staring into the abyss, meditating in graveyards, jumping into swollen rivers during monsoons, pushing his body to the brink. It was as if he was testing the boundaries of existence itself. And then, at 21, under a malshri tree in Jabalpur's Van Vertal garden, it happened. Enlightenment. Not the gentle kind you read about in books, but an explosive awakening that he later described as a thunderbolt, the whole energy turning inwards. Suddenly, the world wasn't just matter, it was alive, pulsating with consciousness. From there, Chandra became Acharya Rajneesh, a professor of philosophy at Jabalpur University. But academia felt like a cage to him. He lectured on Nietzsche, Freud, and the Upanishads, blending East and West like a master alchemist. Students hung on every word from him, but he yearned for more, to shatter illusions, not just discuss them. In 1966, he quit his job, hit the road as a wandering teacher. Traveling by train across India, he'd speak to crowds in packed halls, dismantling socialism, Gandhi, even organized religion. Religion is not in the temples, he'd say, his voice booming with that hypnotic rhythm. It's in the rebellion of the individual soul. People flocked to him. Intellectuals, seekers, the disillusioned. By 1970, he was initiating disciples into neo-sannyas, a modern twist on renunciation. No shaved heads or begging bowls here, just orange robes, a mala necklace with his photo, and a new name to symbolize rebirth. He became Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, the Blessed One. And oh, the controversy started brewing right then. Pune, 1974. That's where the magic really ignited. Rajneesh bought a plot in Corrigan Park, turning it into an ashram that felt like a paradise on earth. Lush gardens, meditation halls echoing with chants, therapy groups where people screamed out their repressed emotions. His dynamic meditation was revolutionary. Hyperventilation, jumping, shouting who to shadow the ego, then silence. Modern man is too tense. He needs catharsis before column, he'd explain. Disciples poured in from the West. Therapists, artists, even Hollywood stars like Ma Anand Parveen. That's Parveen Babi, the Bollywood icon. Vinod Khanna, another film star, became his devotee, trading scripts for sannyas. But with growth came friction. Indian conservatives railed against the free love vibe. Rumors of orgies and tantric practices swirled. Rajneesh preached sex as a gateway to superconsciousness. Repress it and it becomes poison. Transcend it and it becomes divine. His book, From Sex to Superconsciousness, sold like hotcakes, but got him branded the sex guru. You can imagine the outrage in a country where spirituality meant austerity, not ecstasy. But amidst the whispers, his philosophy deepened. He spoke of Zorba, the Buddha, the perfect human. Zorba's zest for life, fused with Buddha's enlightenment. Be in the world but not of it, he'd urge. Quotes poured from him like rain. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a mystery to be lived. Or, the moment you accept yourself, you become beautiful.
He drew from everywhere, Zen koans, Sufi stories, Hasidic tales, weaving them into discourses that lasted hours. Thousands attended, transfixed. But health issues loomed, allergies, diabetes. And the Indian government? They weren't fans. Tax raids, visa hassles. By 1981, it was time to fly. Destination? America, the land of the free. Or so he thought. Enter Rajneeshpuram, the utopia that became a battlefield. Picture this, 64,000 acres of barren Oregon ranch land bought for $5.75 million. Sannyasins, his red-clad followers, transformed it into a miracle. Farms blooming with organic veggies, a lake for recreation, an airstrip, even a city hall. Population swelled to 7,000, a self-sustaining commune where meditation met hard work. Rajneesh arrived on a tourist visa, silent for years due to a vow, communicating through his fierce secretary, Ma Anand Sheila. She was the enforcer, sharp-tongued and ambitious, building an armed peace force with Uzi submachine guns. Locals in nearby Antelope freaked out. Who are these weirdos, they'd mutter. Conflicts escalated. Rajneeshis took over Antelope's council, renaming it Rajneesh. Lawsuits flew. Then, the Share-a-Home program, busing in homeless folks to vote in county elections. It backfired spectacularly. But let's pause on those Rolls Royces, the glittering heart of the myth. Why 93? Rajneesh didn't buy them, disciples did, as gifts. He drove a different one each day during drive-bys, where followers lined up to glimpse their master. He'd say, the Rolls Royce is the most comfortable car. But deeper, it was provocation. In a world obsessed with poverty as piety, he flaunted wealth to shatter hypocrisy. He quipped, I am the rich man's guru. Why should spirituality be poor? It mocked America's materialism while embracing it, a Zen slap to the face. Disciples aimed for 365, one per day, but stopped at 93. Media went wild. Cult leader hoards luxury cars. Yet to him, it was detachment in action. Enjoy without attachment. 93 Rolls Royces, but I have not looked back at them, he later reflected. They created jealousy in the whole of America. Now the dark turn. 1984. Desperate to win local elections, Sheila and crew plotted horrors. They poisoned salad bars in the Dallas with salmonella, sickening 751 people, the first bioterror attack in U.S. history. Attempted murders on officials, wiretapping, arson. Rajneesh claimed ignorance, later denouncing Sheila as a criminal who acted alone. She fled to Germany, got extradited, served time, but suspicion lingered. Was the master complicit? Federal raids hit Rajneeshpuram in 1985. Rajneesh arrested in North Carolina while fleeing, or so prosecutors said. He claimed a vacation. Charges: immigration fraud, sham marriages. He pled Alford, admitting evidence but maintaining innocence. Fined $400,000, deported. Rajneesh said, America is afraid of me because I represent freedom. Deportation opened a nomadic odyssey. He sought refuge worldwide, but doors slammed shut. 21 countries denied entry: Canada, England, Greece, Italy, Switzerland, Jamaica, the list goes on. Why? Fear. Governments saw him as a threat. His anti-establishment rants could incite unrest. His commune model challenged sovereignty. In Greece, Orthodox priests protested. In Uruguay, U.S. pressure forced expulsion. Banned in 21 countries, but why, his brother once pondered. Simple. Osho wasn't just a guru. He was a virus to the status quo, infecting minds with radical freedom. Disciples whispered of CIA plots, thallium poisoning, weakening him. Finally, back to Pune in 1986, renaming himself Osho, meaning oceanic, dissolving into the whole. The middle years, that's where the philosophy blooms like a wildflower in chaos.
Osho's discourses, over 650 books transcribed from talks, dive into human impact. He critiqued repression. Society fears sex because it fears life. His therapies healed traumas. Survivors of abuse found solace in catharsis. But controversies? Plenty. Critics called it a cult, exploiting the vulnerable. Followers sold everything to join, some regretting later. Yet the positive, millions awakened. Osho's words cut like a knife, exposing the ego's games. He blended psychology with mysticism. Freud meets Buddha. On capitalism, I love Rolls Royces because they symbolize success without guilt. On love, it's not possession, it's celebration. Drama unfolded in personal stories. Vinod Khanna quitting films for sannyas, returning transformed. Sheila's rise and fall, a Shakespearean tragedy of power corrupting. Human impact rippled outward. In Rajneeshpuram, sannyasins built an eco-haven, but at what cost? Locals felt invaded, culture clashed. The bioterrorists scarred the Dallas, victims suffered lasting health issues. Philosophically,
Osho challenged death. I'm not dying. Existence continues. He passed on January 19, 1990, at 58 from heart failure, or poison, as rumors persist. His epitaph? Never born, never died, only visited this planet Earth between December 11, 1931 and January 19, 1990. Pune Ashram thrives as Osho International Meditation Resort, drawing 200,000 yearly. Legacy? Polarizing. New Age owes him much. Critics decry manipulation. Netflix's Wild Wild Country revived debates, humanizing the madness. And now, as the credits roll on this cinematic saga, let's reflect. Osho wasn't perfect. Who is? His flaws mirror ours. Ambition, desire, the quest for meaning in a messy world. Those 93 Rolls Royces? Symbols of paradox, reminding us enlightenment isn't poverty, but presence. The 21 nations' fear? Proof that one voice can shake empires. He left us thinking, what if we lived fully, without chains? What if we danced on the edge of the abyss? In the end, Osho's story isn't about cars or bands. It's about you, me, the human spirit yearning to break free. So pause, breathe, and ask, are you ready to drive your own revolution?